A solitary person is not necessarily someone who doesn't like to make friends, but can be someone who has been disappointed so much by friendships that they prefer to just stay in their own company, away from fake people. In the philosophical landscape of Stoicism, fruitful friendship holds a prominent position. Its value is equated to the beauty of a work of art that withstands the test of time. It is essential, but discernment is required to recognize it, and wisdom to cultivate it. This is well explained in the story we are about to share. When a man who had no friends was asked why this happened, he responded, "Friendship is like a diamond. It's rare, expensive, and there are a lot of fake. If you made one mistake, then a second and a third, at some point you would say, there are no real diamonds in the world. There are only fakes." Another man added, "A friend is a person to be valued and treasured, but unfortunately, there are rarely any friends in life you can really value." Haruki Murakami, in his book Norwegian Wood, also talks about this through the voices of his characters. "Do you like loneliness?" she asked, propping her cheeks with her hands, traveling alone, eating alone, sitting in a classroom apart from everyone else. "I don't like being alone, I just don't make any extra acquaintances," I answered. "I don't want to be disappointed in people." There's a wonderful and sad parable about the friendship of a boy and an apple tree, and it's useful for everyone to know it. Those who do not have friends and those who have them. Why not have a listen and answer the question for yourself? The little boy became friends with the apple tree in the forest. He often came to it, swung on its branches, ate the apples it gave him, made wreaths of the leaves, and imagined himself as the real king of the forest. On a hot day, when he got tired of playing, the apple tree would shelter him from the sun, and the boy would fall asleep in its shade. The apple tree had faith in an honest and sincere friendship. Time passed. The boy grew up and began to visit the friend more rarely. He had new friends and new interests, but sometimes he still visited the apple tree. One day, he came to it again, and the tree saw that he was very upset. "What happened to you, my friend?" asked the apple tree, looking into his eyes. "Why do you no longer play with me? Do not swing on my branches. Do not imagine yourself a king. For a king must have money, and I don't have any," the boy answered glumly. "Neither do you, but I have apples. Or take them and sell them. Then you will have money, and you will be my good and happy friend again." The boy plucked the apples, took them away with him, and sold them, but he did not return to the apple tree, and it waited a long time for him, looking at the road where he always came to it. One day he did show up and again was unhappy with life. "Why did you take so long to come?" the apple tree asked. "I have missed you, because I have a lot of problems. Everyone has a family and children, and I can't have a family of my own because I don't have a home. What's the point of our friendship if you can't give me a home?" "I can," the apple tree replied. "Cut down my branches and build yourself whatever home you want. Then you will be happy again." He cut off all its branches, went away and built himself a house. Then he married and enjoyed life until his old age without remembering his apple tree. But one day he came back to it, and instead of the joy of seeing it, he complained about life. "I'm sick of everything. I want to sail away somewhere so I don't have to see anyone. I need a boat, but I don't know where to get one." The apple tree was silent, looking at his friend sadly, but the man took out his axe and, swinging it several times, he cut down its trunk to make a boat out of it. And when he had succeeded, he left without even looking back at the poor, tortured stump left from his friend. Time passed. Frequent rains watered the apple tree stump. The sun warmed the ground around it. Wild animals sometimes climbed on it and rested, enjoying life. But the stump was not happy about anything. It no longer saw the meaning in what it used to value more than anything else in the world. But the world did not cease to exist. And one day the stump released a little green sprout from its soul, which quickly turned into a young, beautiful apple tree, full of strength. It began to live and again learn to enjoy every new day. One day, a little boy came to it and said, "Hi, let's be friends." The apple tree trembled with all its branches but did not answer him. It no longer believed in honest and sincere friendship. And if you know someone who has no friends, don't rush to condemn them. That doesn't always mean they're bad themselves. Maybe they have been an apple tree for someone too often, and now they have simply stopped believing in honest and sincere friendship. And that's very sad, isn't it? Not having friends shows that a person has many reasons not to trust. The Stoic view posits that it is far more enriching to have a handful of genuine, deep connections than a legion of surface-level associations. Prioritizing quality in friendships means actively choosing those individuals who challenge us to evolve, who provide a sounding board for our thoughts, and who share a mutual respect for truth and virtue. Such friends are not merely companions, but allies in the quest for a good and meaningful life. Number 1, select friends who mirror values and character you respect. To select friends who mirror the values and character we respect is to consciously build a community that fortifies our commitment to growth and virtue. It is about seeking companionship that is rooted in mutual edification, where the reflection we see in our friends acts as both a mirror and a standard. Such friendships are less about idle pleasures and more about the shared pursuit of the good life, a life of purpose, meaning, and virtue. In practice, this principle calls for discernment. It requires us to look beyond the superficial allure of charm and charisma and to peer into the depths of a person's character. What are their values? How do they confront adversity? Do their actions align with their words? These are the questions that guide us toward meaningful connections with others. Stoicism teaches that true friends should inspire us to be better versions of ourselves. They are the ones who challenge us when we stray from our principles and who encourage us when our spirits falter. They do not flatter us needlessly, but offer sincere and constructive feedback that aims for our betterment. The friendships that endure are not those of convenience or flattery, but of shared values and mutual respect. Number 2, exercise discretion in sharing your thoughts and feelings. Exercising discretion in sharing your thoughts and feelings is akin to the careful cultivation of a garden. It is about knowing what to reveal to whom and when. In a world where oversharing has become the norm, there is profound strength and wisdom and discernment. The Stoics understood this well. They valued the power of keeping one's counsel and recognized that not every thought warrants expression, nor is every audience deserving of one's innermost revelations. This practice does not advocate for emotional suppression or a life shrouded in secrecy, but rather for a strategic and thoughtful approach to personal disclosure. It involves understanding the boundaries of intimacy and trust, recognizing that the sanctity of our inner life is not for public spectacle. To share indiscriminately is to devalue the currency of our personal experiences and dilute the potential depth of true connection. When we exercise discretion, we are not erecting barriers to genuine interaction, but are instead inviting that deeper level of conversation with those who have earned the right to our vulnerability. It is about discerning the right context, ensuring that our openness serves a purpose and aligns with our intentions. Discretion teaches us that silence can sometimes be the best vessel for carrying the weight of our inner world until we find a fitting recipient for our thoughts and feelings. In a practical sense, this approach allows us to navigate social dynamics with finesse, avoiding the pitfalls of miscommunication and the potential breaches of trust that come with careless talk. It helps us build relationships that are rooted in mutual respect and understanding, where shared confidence has become the glue that binds. Number 3, be a steadfast and reliable friend, not only in fair weather, but in the sphere of friendship. Reliability is not a fair weather feat. It is the bedrock upon which true friendships stand. Being a steadfast and reliable friend in every season of life, not only when the skies are clear and the path is easy, is a testament to one's character and commitment. The Stoics, who prized virtue and inner strength, would have certainly espoused this ideal, understanding that the constancy of one's presence through trials and tribulations is where the essence of a meaningful bond is truly revealed. Being steadfast means showing up. It is the quiet commitment to be there, whether in the mundane moments or in the pivotal chapters of a friend's narrative. It is the unwavering support that doesn't falter when the allure of convenience fades, just as a lighthouse stands immovable, guiding ships through storm-tossed waves. A steadfast friend remains a source of guidance and comfort when the tempest of life rages. This brand of friendship is not loud or ostentatious. It is the gentle yet firm hand that is always there to hold, the dependable spirit that doesn't waver, the understanding heart that knows without needing words. To be reliable is to be a sanctuary for secrets, a cornerstone of counsel, and a comrade in both celebration and sorrow. It is to embody the consistency that is often the rarest to find but the most treasured when it is found. In practice, steadfastness can be as simple as a message to say, "I'm here," or as profound as standing shoulder to shoulder with a friend facing life's adversities. It's about the promise that the value of your word does not expire with changing circumstance. It is a silent vow that your support does not ebb and flow with the tides of convenience, but is as sure as the sunrise, as dependable as the stars in their courses,